Life doesn't wait for those who hesitate. The world belongs to the brave, the ones who refuse to give up when everything seems impossible. Do or die is not about recklessness. It's about commitment. It's about standing firm when the storms hit, fighting when defeat whispers your name, and believing when doubt surrounds you. Commitment beyond comfort means stepping into a zone where certainty fades and challenge begins. Most people stay confined within their comfort zones because it feels safe, predictable, and easy. But growth never happens there. True success starts the moment you choose to take risks, to embrace discomfort, and to walk into the unknown with faith in yourself. The great achievers of history, leaders, inventors, visionaries, did not settle for what was easy. They pushed their boundaries and faced what most people feared. Commitment beyond comfort is not just about working hard. It's about working harder when you least want to. When you commit beyond comfort, you stop waiting for the perfect time because you understand that perfection is an illusion. You act even when you're uncertain, tired, or afraid. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to test your limits, and every setback becomes a lesson that sharpens your resolve. The difference between the average and the exceptional lies in this moment of choice. Whether to give up or go beyond. Those who choose to push forward despite the odds discover strengths they never knew they had. The real battle is not against external challenges but against your inner resistance. Your mind will always try to protect you from discomfort, whispering that it's okay to slow down, that it's fine to quit. But commitment beyond comfort requires silencing that voice and replacing it with a stronger one. The voice of purpose, of persistence, of passion. It is through discomfort that character is built, resilience is developed, and success is earned. The more you challenge yourself, the more you expand your capacity to achieve. Every goal worth achieving demands a price, and that price is often your comfort. Late nights, early mornings, sacrifice, and persistence are the hidden currencies of greatness. The path may be lonely and exhausting, but every step beyond comfort brings you closer to transformation. You stop being ordinary and start becoming unstoppable. Commitment beyond comfort transforms effort into excellence, and that excellence becomes the mark of those who never settle for less than their best. Mental strength is the foundation upon which every victory is built. Life will always throw challenges, obstacles, and unexpected setbacks. But the true measure of a person is not how they react when things are easy, it's how they stand tall when everything falls apart. Circumstances may be beyond your control, but your response to them defines your destiny. Mental toughness means keeping your focus when chaos surrounds you, staying calm when emotions run high, and believing in your purpose even when results take time to appear. It's the quiet power of perseverance that separates winners from those who give up too soon. In every battle, whether it's personal, professional, or emotional, your mind is your greatest weapon. Physical strength can fade, resources can run out, and people may walk away. But if your mindset remains unshaken, nothing can break you. It's about understanding that pain is temporary, but the strength you gain from enduring it lasts forever. Those who master their minds can turn adversity into advantage and pressure into power. They see failures as lessons and difficulties as opportunities for growth. When you train your mind to stay focused and determined, no circumstance, no matter how tough, can overpower your will. Mental strength is not built overnight. It's forged through struggle, discipline, and consistency. Every time you refuse to quit, you strengthen your inner resilience. Every time you face fear head-on, you build a tougher spirit. This strength grows in silence, when no one is watching. When you're fighting private battles, when you rise after being knocked down. It teaches you to trust yourself even when doubt surrounds you. It reminds you that you are far more capable than you think and that every obstacle is simply a test designed to reveal your true power. Those who rely on circumstances to dictate their mood or motivation remain trapped in a cycle of uncertainty. But those with mental strength become unshakable. They find stability within themselves, not in the world around them. They turn setbacks into strategies and pain into purpose. It's not the environment that determines your success, it's your mindset. When your thoughts are disciplined, your emotions balanced, and your focus unwavering, you can walk through any storm and still move forward with clarity and conviction. Excuses are the silent killers of potential. They disguise themselves as reasons, but in truth, they are barriers built by fear, doubt, and procrastination. Every time you make an excuse, you trade progress for comfort. And in doing so, you surrender control of your destiny. People who succeed don't wait for perfect circumstances. They create them through action. Excuses are easy to make because they protect us from failure, but they also protect us from success. The moment you choose responsibility over excuses, you take back your power. You stop blaming luck, people, or situations and start realizing that your results are shaped by your effort, not by your environment. Excuses often come from the fear of failing or the desire to avoid discomfort. We tell ourselves stories. I'm not ready. I don't have time. It's not the right moment to justify inaction. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment to begin. Every great achievement started when someone decided to act despite their fear, despite their uncertainty. Success is born in action, not intention. When you eliminate excuses, you strip away the limitations that hold you back. You begin to see that your goals are not impossible. They simply require persistence and discipline. Accountability is the antidote to excuses. When you hold yourself responsible for every decision, you stop waiting for others to fix your problems. You understand that your journey depends entirely on your choices. Taking ownership means accepting both your victories and your failures with humility and courage. This mindset transforms your perspective. You stop saying, I can't, and start asking, how can I? Every challenge becomes a chance to learn, and every mistake becomes a stepping stone toward growth. By removing excuses, you open the door to endless improvement and unstoppable progress. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones with the most resources or luck. They are the ones who refuse to make excuses. They find ways when none exist, they adapt when plans fail, and they persist when others quit. Excuses keep you standing still, but effort moves you forward. Once you replace excuses with action, you develop the resilience to face anything life throws at you. The moment you stop giving yourself permission to quit, you start realizing how powerful you truly are. Greatness doesn't come from perfection, it comes from persistence without excuses. Pain is not the enemy, it is the greatest teacher life gives us. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has endured struggle, sacrifice, and discomfort. Pain is the price of transformation, and it signals that growth is taking place. Whether it's the exhaustion of endless effort, the sting of rejection, or the weight of failure, pain shapes us into stronger, wiser individuals. It reveals our weaknesses, but also builds our strength. It teaches us patience when progress seems slow, and humility when success begins to shine. Those who fear pain stay trapped in mediocrity, but those who embrace it discover the hidden strength within themselves. Growth is never painless. You cannot develop courage without facing fear, nor resilience without surviving struggle. Pain strips away illusions. It exposes who you really are and what you truly desire. It forces you to confront your limits and question how much you're willing to endure for your dreams. Every challenge, every setback, every sleepless night becomes a lesson in perseverance. The discomfort you feel today is shaping the character you will need tomorrow. When you stop running from pain and start learning from it, you transform it into power. You begin to realize that pain is not punishment, it's preparation. The beauty of pain lies in its honesty. It does not flatter or deceive, it simply tells you the truth. It reminds you that nothing worth having comes easy. It tests your resolve to see if you truly mean what you say you want. Pain separates those who only wish for success from those who work for it. Every time you push through it, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you imagine. You start to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. In that process, pain becomes your silent partner, the one that keeps you grounded, disciplined, and determined. When you accept pain as part of your path, you stop seeing it as suffering and start seeing it as progress. The weight that once felt unbearable becomes the fuel that drives you forward. Each struggle adds to your story, and each scar becomes a symbol of endurance. Pain doesn't weaken you, it refines you. It teaches you to adapt, to grow, and to never settle for less than your best. The road to success is paved with discomfort, but it is that very discomfort that shapes your destiny. Purpose is the fire that burns brighter than fear. It is the reason that keeps you moving when everything around you tells you to stop. Fear is natural. It protects you, warns you, and tests your resolve. But when purpose becomes stronger than fear, nothing can stand in your way. People who live with purpose don't wait for the absence of fear. They act in spite of it. Purpose gives direction to your pain, meaning to your struggle, and strength to your spirit. It turns obstacles into stepping stones and challenges into opportunities. When you know why you're fighting, the how becomes easier to endure. Fear feeds on uncertainty. It whispers doubts, magnifies risks, and convinces you that failure is final. But purpose silences that noise. It gives you clarity and conviction. The moment you discover your purpose, fear begins to lose its power over you. Every setback becomes a reminder of why you started, not a reason to quit. Purpose transforms hesitation into action and worry into willpower. It teaches you that bravery isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else matters more. Those who chase their purpose don't run away from fear. They walk through it with their heads held high. Living with purpose gives your life direction. It helps you prioritize what truly matters and ignore the distractions that drain your energy. When you're guided by a clear mission, you don't waste time doubting yourself or comparing your journey to others. You become focused, grounded, and relentless. Even when fear tries to slow you down, your purpose reminds you of the bigger picture, the dream, the goal, the calling that drives your heart. This mindset transforms anxiety into ambition and uncertainty into unshakable determination. Purpose doesn't remove fear, it simply makes it irrelevant. The strongest people aren't those who never feel afraid. They're the ones who have found something worth fighting for. Purpose fuels persistence, and persistence defeats fear every single time. When you anchor your life in something meaningful, whether it's your family, your dream, or your belief, you gain a kind of courage that cannot be shaken. Fear may still exist, but it becomes powerless against the force of your will. It is this clarity of purpose that transforms ordinary people into leaders, dreamers into achievers, and uncertainty into unstoppable drive. Discipline is the quiet force behind every form of greatness. It is not about doing what is easy or convenient, but about doing what is necessary, even when you don't feel like it. Motivation may spark the beginning of your journey, but discipline is what carries you through when inspiration fades. It's the difference between temporary effort and lasting success. Discipline demands sacrifice. It means saying no to distractions, to comfort, and to excuses. It's about showing up every day, whether you're tired, uninspired, or uncertain. Those who master discipline build a foundation that cannot be shaken by failure or fatigue. True discipline is not built overnight. It's forged through consistency and commitment. Every small action, repeated daily, strengthens your focus and willpower. The greatest achievers don't rely on luck or talent alone. They depend on structure, routine, and self-control. They understand that results don't come from bursts of effort, but from steady progress. Discipline is what makes you wake up early, train harder, and keep going when others quit. It transforms dreams into goals and goals into accomplishments. It teaches you that success is not a one-time event, it's a daily habit. Discipline also teaches resilience. It trains your mind to stay steady in chaos, to remain focused when distractions pull you away, and to push forward when results take time. It teaches patience, the art of waiting without losing momentum. When discipline becomes a part of your identity, failure stops feeling final. You learn to see setbacks as part of the process and not as signs to stop. Every moment of discipline builds your confidence because you know that you are in control of your actions, not your emotions. Through discipline, you gain mastery, not just over your work, but over yourself. Discipline is a weapon because it gives you power over time, energy, and desire. It allows you to create the life you envision, one decision at a time. While others wait for the perfect opportunity, the disciplined create it. While others talk about success, the disciplined work for it. Every act of discipline is an act of strength, a declaration that you are not ruled by laziness, fear, or doubt. It is the invisible armor that protects your purpose and keeps your progress alive. In the end, discipline becomes your greatest ally, shaping your future with precision, persistence, and power. Never surrender is more than a phrase. It is a mindset, a vow, a way of life. It means standing tall when everything tries to bring you down, fighting when the odds are against you, and believing when no one else does. Life will test you in ways you never imagined. It will challenge your patience, your courage, and your will to continue. But the true measure of strength is not how you act when things are easy, it's how you respond when everything falls apart. Those who refuse to surrender, no matter how many times they fall, are the ones who rise to greatness. Quitting may bring temporary relief, but persistence brings eternal victory. There will be moments when exhaustion whispers in your ear, telling you that it's over. You'll face failures that shake your confidence and setbacks that test your faith. But it's in those darkest moments that your true spirit is revealed. Never surrender means pushing past pain, pushing past fear, and finding that one extra ounce of strength when you think you have nothing left. It's the decision to try one more time, to take one more step, even when your body and mind are screaming to stop. Those who keep moving, no matter how slow, are the ones who eventually reach the finish line. To never surrender is to understand that defeat is not the end, it's part of the journey. Every failure teaches you something, every challenge molds you, and every loss prepares you for a greater victory. The ones who never give up learn to turn pain into motivation and rejection into fuel. They don't let circumstances define their destiny, they create their own through relentless effort and unwavering belief. Persistence turns ordinary individuals into legends, because success doesn't belong to the strongest or the fastest. It belongs to those who simply refuse to quit. When you adopt the spirit of never surrender, you become unstoppable. You stop fearing failure because you know it cannot break you. You stop doubting yourself because you've proven that you can endure. Every time you rise after falling, you build an unbreakable mindset, one that cannot be shaken by struggle or defeat. You realize that victory is not about never falling, but about never staying down. The road may be long, the obstacles may be endless, but those who keep going, no matter what, will always find their way to greatness. In the end, the do or die spirit is not about chasing success recklessly. It's about embracing life with purpose, discipline, and unbreakable courage. It's about refusing to let fear, failure, or fatigue define your limits. Every dream demands sacrifice, and every victory requires endurance. The path to greatness will never be easy, but it will always be worth it. Those who dare to commit beyond comfort, who strengthen their minds, silence their excuses, and find meaning in their pain, are the ones who rise above mediocrity. When you live with a do-or-die mindset, you become unstoppable. You understand that your purpose is greater than your fear, your discipline stronger than your doubt, and your determination deeper than any setback. Each obstacle becomes another chance to prove your resilience, and every challenge becomes another step toward transformation. Life rewards those who keep fighting, who refuse to surrender, and who believe even when the world tells them not to. Effort. So keep going through the storms, through the failures, through the moments of uncertainty. Every step forward, no matter how small, moves you closer to your vision. Never forget that greatness isn't reserved for the chosen few. It's earned by those who refuse to quit. Stand tall, stay hungry, and live each day with the fire to do whatever it takes, or die knowing you gave it your all.